So you're looking to burn that last layer of fat off. You want to shred up so that you can look good at the beach, the pool, or even just the gym, and maybe even feel better in those tighter fitting clothing. Today I'm going to show you 3 simple tips that you can start implementing right now in order to make changes in your body and start getting that last layer of fat off so that you can look great, feel great with your shirt off anywhere, wherever you are, and whoever is around. So you're probably wondering, how do I know what it takes in order to get that last layer of fat off? Well, my name is Bryce Beaton. People call me Dr. Briceps. I am a NASM certified personal trainer, a bachelor's degree of exercise physiology, and current doctorate of physical therapy candidate at USC, the top biokinesiology program in the nation. I've been online coaching now for well over 3 years. I've helped hundreds of people across the US. I've had hundreds of guys just like you wanting to get that last layer of fat off of their body. They come to me, they want to have those abs pop out, have that lean, chiseled look, have bigger bicep peaks, and have their body look the way that they've always dreamed of. All right, so first off, we need to help your workout efficiency. And exactly what do I mean about workout efficiency? Efficiency is defined by the max amount of work in the shortest amount of time possible. I want to tweak the way you work out utilizing some basic exercise physiology principles. I want you to maximize your time in the gym by using time under tension, or TUT principle. The time under tension principle is when the muscle is subjected to more tension, it needs to grow more. Now, most people go to the gym, let's say they're hitting shoulder dumbbell press. So they go over the dumbbells and they pick out the heaviest dumbbells that they think they can lift realistically. They sit down on the bench and press the dumbbells anywhere from 6 to 12 reps, very fast-paced, jerky, and lastly, they throw the weight down on the last rep. Now they finish their set. What do they usually do? Immediately, they usually go on their phone, reply to a text, or start searching for the next song to play. Then they rest for a couple minutes while figuring this out, giving the muscle too much time to recover. And now you are training the muscle a different way because rest periods are very important for what the goal that you're trying to accomplish in weightlifting. We also want to lift the weight correctly and in a controlled tempo and not just jerk it up and slam it down. Time under tension is the name of the game. The more controlled and slower the tempo, the more time the muscle is under tension. Research has proven this in that a set that took 50 to 60 seconds or 5 seconds each rep led to a 37 to 51% increase in muscle growth when compared to a faster set of 30 seconds where it's about 2 to 3 seconds per rep. It's however long the muscle is being used under tension for that set. And so by utilizing this TUT, time under tension principle, you're going to be able to train quicker in the gym, you're going to get better results, you're going to have more total sets and more reps, and you're going to get better results, like I said. So it's not about working harder in the gym, but working smarter and more efficient. This will save you time as well by shortening your rest and utilizing time under tension. Your workout duration will decrease because a shorter 1 hour efficient workout is superior to a 2 hour inefficient workout with inappropriate rest periods. And so don't just go through the motions with that herky-jerky, put the weights up and be sure to be in tune with your workouts. Focus on the contraction, breathe, slow it down. There are 2 phases of the movement, the concentric, the forceful shortening of the muscle, and the active lengthening of the muscle, also referred to the eccentric, and these are collectively referred to as positive and negative in layman's terms. When you reach that position of that eccentric, you want to focus on that stretch and then contract very forcefully immediately after. By utilizing this every single rep, you will stimulate more growth than what you currently are doing. You will see better results in a lot shorter of a time frame. Now, this is true for all muscles. Don't just keep grabbing some weight and then muscling through the motions and praying for those good results. Later in the video, I will tell you where you can get all the information to utilize that time under tension principle to the maximum benefit, because it's about being done in a very certain specific tempo. So stay with me for a few minutes and I'll go over that. Now, the second thing that I want you to do when you're trying to get rid of that last stubborn layer of fat is focusing on your calorie deficit. You've heard of this probably before. Please don't crash diet. Crash diets only work temporarily and does exactly that. It leads to a crash. It's popular because people want instant gratification in today's times, because people want it done and they want it done now. They want that 10 pounds gone and they want it done very, very fast. However, most people, when they do this, they end up yo-yoing, and that means they gain the weight back shortly after and sometimes gain even more and end up heavier than when they started their journey. This only works very temporarily, usually up front. People nowadays in our society think that the crash dieting is the way to go. Crash dieting is actually causing your body to help store those last layers of fat that you're trying to get rid of. And what I mean by this is, yes, you can be in a calorie deficit for an extended period of time to lose, tons of fat. But you have to make sure that you're in a calorie deficit and that you're getting the essential macro and micronutrients that your body needs in order to properly keep your metabolism running. The crash dieting causes your metabolism to slow down drastically. And the nutrients that you are taking in are not being utilized properly. You are pouring water onto the fire of the metabolism, essentially. The body does have enough vital nutrients, and now it's shutting down your metabolism, especially your fat metabolism. Your body is put into starvation mode where it's just trying to survive. And so when your body does that, it goes straight for the muscle for fuel. And it starts to store your fat for later stored energy. So you can get that last layer of fat stuck on your body and you can't get rid of it because your body actually thinks that you're starving. And so it keeps that fat there because it thinks it needs to do that in order to make sure that you are going to survive. Now, lastly, cardio. I know everybody hates it, but it's essential for fat loss. But cardio should also be efficient, specialized, and as easy as possible. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a tweak to your cardio sessions. Most people that are desperately trying to get that last layer of fat off, they're killing themselves with cardio, doing tons and tons, hours and hours on the treadmill, Stairmaster, whatever you get around to it. It's probably boring and tedious and something you dread every single day. Personally, I get very bored on long, extended periods of cardio, especially if it's just doing the treadmill, elliptical, or Stairmaster. The best change that I can make to your cardio is timing your cardio so that it's actually make the work more efficiently. Try not to just fit it in whenever during the day. Utilizing your cardio is key. And the name of the game is glycogen levels. Glycogen levels are stored in your body and in your muscle. And that is obtained from your carb foods you eat throughout the day. You fuel muscle glycogen with those carbs. And after a weightlifting session, your glycogen is depleted and you have an elevated heart rate from the fact that you've been doing that physical activity of moving those weights. So now is your very best time to do some steady state cardio. And it doesn't have to be an hour or 45 minutes because your heart rate is already elevated. And what I typically like to do is I like to get on the treadmill anywhere 20 to 25 minutes at most, immediately following my weightlifting session. And the reason for this is, like I said, when you come out of your weightlifting session, all your glycogen levels are depleted. So you can get on that cardio and start doing it immediately after your workout. Your body starts having to use that fat stores as fuel. And therefore, you're going to burn a lot more fat during that 15-20 minutes of cardio or 25 minutes versus somebody who just randomly during some point of the day did 30 or 35 minutes. Because another thing that you probably don't know is that it usually takes about 10 to 15 minutes to even get up to a heart rate that is considered fat burning. And so really your first 10 or so minutes of cardio, if you're doing it randomly in a day, your glycogen levels are not depleted because you've probably been eating, and your heart rate is not elevated until about that 10 or 15 minutes. So you're basically kind of wasting some of that time on the cardio machine. And so when you do this, you can get all the time that you're spending on cardio to work for you, not against you, and not have you do less work. And this will result in more fat being burned. Also, the same principle is true for what's called fasted cardio, which is what I also do in the morning as well as post-workout. In the morning, your glycogen levels are depleted because you haven't eaten, you've been sleeping. And it's a good way to start the day off productively. And it helps boost energy levels, and these types result in having to spend less time on the treadmill or Stairmaster. So you can do that 20-25 minutes fasted, and you're gonna burn a lot more fat. Now, I know I've given you a lot of information. I hope you jotted down some notes. So what I want to do now is I want to offer you the chance to work with me exclusively, one-on-one in my coaching and mentorship program. And so that's where I'm going to take basically all the guesswork out for you. I'm going to give you the blueprint to succeed for the body that you want. It's going to be tailor-made to you. I'm going to tell you exactly what to eat, when to eat, how much to eat, what to train, when to train, how to train, sets, reps, advanced techniques, supplements that you should be taking in order to reach your goal. So these spots are super limited, and I only have a couple left, and it's unlimited contact with me and me alone. I don't use any helpers, I don't use any assistants or anything like that. I like to keep a very clear, perfect line of communication between myself and my clients. And so right now, I want you to take this time to fill out a quick survey below, and let's see how I can help you get to those goals.